All right, we're going live with Dunkerton, and sure that this works for me every time. I'm also work for Central City, and we've got a little bit more expert people down there. And usually, I just walk in and put the headphones on, so I'm kind of getting used to this. So I'm going to have Mr. Couch, and I'm going to send you the link. See if you can hear me, and then, among other things, we can get that out to people. So let me couch in. It's, I suppose the other thing you can do is find it on. That's what came through when I copied it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what we've got. Anyway, people tune in. They won't hear me all this talking. The only time you'd hear all this is if you're coming in and a day later or something, or the drive to kind of listen to it as like on demand or after the fact. And we found in Central City that we get who do want to do it that way, who go to the game and on their drive home they want to hear a play or two or just listen to it again. I know I've listened to some stuff we've had. We had a big softball or volleyball game, and I didn't get a go. And the next day, on my drive to work, it was my Dunkerton day, so I had a little bit longer time, and I listened to it that day. So anyway, I'll just keep talking. See if I got to copy that. We'll get into stuff here anyway. So if you are tuning into this on demand, just understand that if you fast forward for about 30 minutes, you won't have to listen to me go on and on like this. Anyway. We'll just see. I suppose the other thing we could do is just go directly to the website for YouTube and yet Dunkerton Sports. We do, 7 people who've turned in and have subscribed. So you get an email when you subscribe. The other thing you can do is go into the live chat and let me know that it's working. Lots of different ways to kind of pull this up and listen to it. We've got senior night here for Dunkerton, and it's kind of been, we don't have, haven't had the most wins on the season. I know one thing, talking to people and got out and was able to watch a game, that the boys play hard and they're not leaving anything out, and that's commendable on their part. And I'll tell you my experience in Central City, as we went from seasons where we didn't win more than 1 or 2 games when we we look back and talked. That was last year. We made the playoffs and talked to Coach, and one of the things that he said was, you talk to him and you say, when did it turn around for you at Central City? And Coach would go back to the 1-7, the 1-8 season, and he'd say, we had this guy working hard and didn't give up, and kind of showing people how it's going. So I got my daughter who's working. Mr. Couchin, he's still laboring with his thing. Do you want to come on and do a little commentary with me? That'd be good, Mr. Couchin. That'd help me get organized. Yeah, I tell you what, my daughter said that one link is working, and then we've got this other one, the YouTube, but I don't know how to get it out on Facebook the best way. Are you the Facebook?
Yeah, I can send it out on Facebook. Okay. I'm not able to. You sent me.
Okay. Well, I just sent you. I just sent you a new one there. So joining me, high school principal, AD, former high school and college athlete, Corey Couchin.
Yep.
You a football player?
No, I did not play football.
Okay.
Baseball and basketball.
Baseball and basketball. Did you run cross country to keep in shape, or?
No, I played most of the fall.
Okay.
Yep. All right, I'm trying to get this out on Facebook here.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna let our friends at Tripoli know that they can listen in, and I don't know. I guess she came up to Brittany and I after the volleyball game, and she came to it, but she was running late, and somehow she saw it with the link on Facebook. Kim said she was listening on the way, and like I said, we're not trying to keep it a secret. We're just trying to make sure it works before we get um, too far into this. But I think with our second successful test, we're going to work toward doing some baskets fall. And then the other exciting news is we're going to work on getting the automated camera system that down by that. We're in our first year with it. If anybody ever wanted to see an example, I could send them a link where it's stationary cameras that automate the action and so record football. Doesn't do as well with volleyball just because there's a lot of movement, but certainly it records the games. Basketball videos it does real well, but then it's archived, and if Grandma and Grandpa or someone out of town wants to watch, they can.
Yep, I'm excited to get.
So we just got to see how quickly we can get it and get it installed and go there.
Absolutely.
Anyway. So Mr. Couchin's still laboring away. I think we're good. We're listening to the whole AC/DC.
Yes, this is a straight AC/DC CD.
CD from was this from your car?
No, I don't think it's left this.
But it wasn't like your car in high school, or.
I did have it in high school. I did.
Okay.
So I've got the link out on Facebook. I'm having a little trouble pasting it into a tweet for Twitter here.
Oh, I can do the tweet. I'll do the tweet back and.
Can you do that,
tweet,
Peter? It is out on Facebook.
Okay. And yeah, I had CDs were invented when I was a young person, but I would have grown up. We would have had an audio tape and an 8-track actually. So, all right. So.
Was playing some really good football at that time.
And yeah, and I know I told you I can't think of what night it was, where I went from Central City at West Central. They started at 5:30, and then I drove over here, watched the first half there, and drove over here. I remember thinking right away that if Dunkerton was in Central Cities, would have had a lot more easy games.
Sure.
I mean, there are certainly some very good teams in that district, whatever number it is, with Easton Valley and Midland. But there's also some teams that are a little bit easier.
Sure.
And in fact, Dunkerton's season, they opened to Easton Valley. They lost at Midland. Northwood Kensett was one of the tougher games. Rockford was a game, as I recall, I came to where we're into it. And then it kind of slipped away late.
Yep, absolutely.
North Iowa was a win. Riceville was only an 8-point game. Don Bosco, which is usually a tough folks, and then Janesville last week was 1933. One of the things we'll be getting our new district information coming up.
Yes, hopefully, we're in a really tough district, and we've also had some really games scheduled. So, one thing the state is changing for next year is we're going to have a little bit of a say in at least one of our non-district games. So that'll be nice to have a little bit of a say in some of our schedule. It's kind of just up to the state as far as how they put those districts together, and we'll find that out before too long here.
And are we allowed to pick at least request?
This will be the first year that we'll be able to at least coordinate with another team if they would like to play us in non-district, where we can request by the state that we would like to play that team for one of our non-district games, and the other one will just still be assigned by the state.
Okay. Do you want to walk me through the lineups? Just, among other things.
You bet.
The Dunkerton kids. I want to try to
our roster.
Yeah, I'd like to try to. Pronounce as many names as I can correctly.
And start off, we got number 3, Jake Kennedy. We got number 5, Lane Boner. Number 9, one of our seniors, is Matt Wheeler. 11 is Tyler Molds. He's a junior. Number 12 is Riley Molds, also a junior. Another junior is number 18, Gabe Heidemann. And we have 22, Chase Greaves. Another one of our seniors for tonight, number 24, Jacob Brandt. Number 25 is Braden Van Langen. He's a freshman. Number 40 is Caden Behrens. He's a sophomore. Number 50 is Deshaun Wilder. He's a freshman. He won't be suited up tonight. He broke a bone in his first game of the year, so he's been one of the players that's been out all season for us. Zach Fager, number 79, is a senior. This is actually Zach. He came out really late for us, and this is actually his he's eligible to play, so I'm curious to see what he does tonight. Number 81 is sophomore Noah Heidemann. And number 86, Jaden Reed, as a sophomore.
Right. And so the names I'm going to struggle with, I want to make sure I get Lane Boner's
Yep.
name correctly. Heidemann, I think I got.
Yep.
Barons, and Fager. I think those are the ones.
So that's them.
Yeah, well, we'll do the best we can. So our quarterback is
Riley Molds is our quarterback.
Riley Molds.
Yep.
He's got 36 completions on the year, 10 touchdowns with interceptions. Longest touchdown pass is 51 yards. Our running backs, Caden Barons, 561 yards and 5 touchdowns. Longest touchdown run is 54. Riley Molds has 202 yards with 3 touchdowns this year. Braden Van Langdon. Braden Van Langen. Yeah, so he's carried the ball 137 yards this year. So we're just about to start the senior receivers. Jacob Brandt, just a fun. Riley Molds, Tyler Molds, Gabe Heidemann, and Jacob Brandt all have 1 interception on the year. In fact, in 8th grade, I played defensive line, and I think I led the team in tackles, and the only reason I was able to do that is they told me that, or somebody, after the tackle's made, you just kind of make sure you are in on the pile and then stand up and make sure they can read your number on the sideline. So I don't know. I mean, I wasn't horrible, but I think I got about 5 extra tackles a game because I made sure that the football managers could read my, which I mean, I'm sure the coaches saw the game film, but anyway. So our friends from Tripoli, right, and on the season, Tripoli has 4 wins and 4 losses. They have lost to Springville, who's got a good resurgent team this year. They did beat Central City 72-47, and I can tell you I was at that game because I work part-time at Central City as well, and I think Central City out to I don't know, 18-point lead, 12-point lead in that. So they were up 12-0, and all of a sudden, before they knew it, Tripoli was like got their mojo going, and I think maybe they scored every time they touched the ball after that and won 72-47. They did beat North team that Dunkerton has beaten 42-6. They beat Riceville by 4. They lost to Don Bosco 56-0. They beat Janesville 1. Lost to Rockford 20-38, and lost to Northwood Kensett 36-0. It'll be quite a challenge tonight for the Raiders, but it's senior night, it's a pink out, and it's the last game of the season. Tripoli is led by their quarterback is Connor Peel. He's completed 36 for 557 yards, 11 touchdowns on only 2 interceptions. His longest is a 74-yard pass. And looks like Lincoln Drewis has thrown a couple of passes for about 76 yards with 1 touched one of 20 yards. Running backs for Tripoli, you've got Connor Peel, who has gained 483 yards this year with 7, the longest of 65. Mason Bradley has rushed for 439 yards, 11 touchdowns, and the longest is 52 yards. And Blake Braca has gained 128 yards, found the end zone yet this year. Leading the Tripoli, I'm trying to figure out, I should know what Tripoli's are they the Panthers? Yeah, I should know this. So, and if we have any friends from Tripoli listening, big shout out to Heather, who was the maid of honor at our wedding. She was good friends with my wife, who they went to junior high together. And so did go to junior high near, I don't know, probably shouldn't say my wife's age, but if you graduated from high school in 1990, then if you went to school at Danette, you could let me know that too when you're listening today. Anyway, receiving for the Panthers, Lincoln Drewis has for 420 yards with 8 touchdowns, the longest being a 74-yard touchdown pass. Blake Braca has gained 181 yards and the longest of 44 yards. So their scoring leaders, Mason Bradley has 72 points, Lincoln Drewis has 66, Consty. Tackling leaders, Blake Braca leads the team with 73.5. Ethan Shellhorn has 64.5 and it's 47.5. And those numbers are a little smaller than Dunkerton, but that's one of the, I guess, advantages. When you have a smaller team, have a little bit better stats, especially if you're making tackles. And quite frankly, as Mr. Kelchin and I talked, Dunkerton hasn't really been out of too many games. He's had a real tough year. So looking forward to tonight. And we're about 2 minutes and 45 seconds senior night festivities on a night when we're listening to the ACD soundtrack. I think that this maybe was in Mr. Kelchin's car, and he just brought it up to the press box, but he claims it was here the whole time. So anyway, well, start here in a little bit. We're going to have seniors night. It's also a pink out. It's not a cold night. It's not a bad night, but it's certainly not warm. I know we've been a little spoiled. I saw in the forecast that there's first measurable snow is supposed to come to town for Iowa on Monday night into Tuesday. And the little blotch says, I think Dunkerton's in the somewhat likely blotch, and maybe Tripoli is in the more likely blotch that extends up to Decorah. Anyway, so we'll get ready to go. I've got a couple people listening. That's great. And we'll just hear as we get ready. Like I said, we talked earlier that we did do a lot of advertising this because we're still working the kinks out. And Tuesday night, when we were going to do the volleyball, even though it had worked on Monday, it was like a totally different system on Tuesday. And Mr. Kelchin was helping me, and I had IT support that was voluntary IT support. And I was showing him I had my iPhone, and he was looking at the screen, and we found out that there was a site key problem. Anyway, until we can successfully do this, and tonight we're running off a hotspot, so as long as the hotspot stays out, but I did a couple tests on Thursday to make sure it would work. And anyway, we'll publicize this. We did the volleyball game the other night. The girls dropped first round of districts to Starmont. I don't know. We thought we had probably at any point in time 8 or 9, maybe 10 listeners, and then I looked the next day and we had 91 views. So either we rotated in those 8 or 9 people, or sometimes people do listen to the game afterwards, which is awesome. We've been doing this internet broadcasting up at Central City for a couple years, and this is the first year that we've been able to archive it immediately because we're using the YouTube. We've got folks who they'll go to the football game, and then on the way home they will just pull it up and listen to it on their cars, and that's kind of a neat thing. The other thing that we saw folks doing right away was just sitting in the fan stand, listening to our play-by-play while the game was going on. And it's not really that good a play-by-play, but it's always a good one. We're going to be close to the national anthem, and when we start that, I will go silent for the national anthem.
We would like to take a moment and recognize
I think we're going to recognize the seniors first.
Cheerleading, cross country, and marching band. Thank you for work and dedication you have given to this school and your activity. Also, we would like to thank the parents for all the time and support you have given your child and the school throughout the years.
We're getting a sign that
First in football,
the volume is
Jacob Brandt is the
making
son of Jamie and Robin Brandt.
the noise. The PA system. First football player across is Jacob Brandt.
Zach Fager is the son of Joe and Stacy Fager.
Zach Fager's coming next. He's going with the bare sleeves tonight. That's
Matt
a
Wheeler
bold move.
is the son of Rob and Sarah Wheeler.
Matt Wheeler's next. See who makes his way
Our
across.
football managers. Ellie McGee is the daughter of Dennis and Julie McGee.
Ellie McGee, football manager, is getting recognized now.
Ellie is also a member of the marching band. Tim Westergreen, Kevin and Lita McGee.
Tim Westergreen is getting announced now.
Cross country.
And now they're going to do the cross
Lily is
country.
the daughter of Joey and Lisa Fetgether.
Lily Fetkether is getting announced. I've been working on that last name. We had that in volleyball the other night.
Will Fetgether, John and Kim Fetgether.
Here's Will Fetkether getting announced
Will is also a member of the marching band.
as he walks across.
And our football cheerleaders. Alexia Anderson is the daughter of Walter and Julie Anderson. Brooke Best is the daughter of Corey and Sarah Best.
Brooke Best is getting announced.
Brooke is also a member of the marching band. Brenna Fulton is the daughter of Brian and Jamie Fulton.
Brenna Fulton's getting announced. I know this is really exciting to announce the seniors, but
Jordan Eel is the daughter of Brian and Sarah Eel.
Jordan Eel is getting announced now.
Olivia Nation is the daughter of Kevin and Heather Hewitt.
Olivia Nation is being announced. We got quite a number of seniors getting recognized tonight.
Caitlin Russell is the daughter of Rich and Lisa Russell.
Caitlin Russell is being announced.
Stephanie Schmidt is the daughter of Cassie and Daniel Schmidt.
Stephanie Schmidt is being announced.
Stephanie is also a member of the marching band.
So we're recognizing football, cross country,
Abby
cheer.
Trickle is the daughter of Kelly and Jason Sund.
Abby Trifle. I didn't get that last. I'm sorry if that's not correct.
And Alicia Wilder is the daughter of Allison Hernandez.
Alicia Wilder also got recognized.
The marching band. Madison Arthur is the son of Jeremy Arthur and the grandson of Carolee Reese.
Madison Arthur is getting announced for the band.
Meadow Jansen is the daughter of Amanda Jansen and Micah Kenzer and Jeremy Jansen.
And Meadow Jansen got announced. So
thanks again to all our seniors and
we
their
just
parents.
recognized
Please
the
give them
football
one more round
players,
of applause.
the cheerleaders, cross country, and then marching band. There was only 2 people that were marching band, but some of the folks that were announced earlier were also marching band. So anyway, we're just about to get started here in the game versus Tripoli. I'm getting so as a split administrator, half my job is in Central City and half of it's here in Dunkerton. And I'm getting texts from the Central City folks who are at the game in Springville, and there's horses at the game. Tell me if that's allowed, but I suppose it is if you bring them. So we're lining up and facing. I think the flag maybe is so we can't see it. So that's kind of unusual, but we're about ready to get going. Dunkerton versus Tripoli tonight in football. We'll be announcing
Thanks
here.
again, seniors and your parents. As usual, we will start the national anthem.
All right. So I will go quiet when it's time for the national anthem.
Gentlemen, at this time, please rise and direct your attention to the north end zone.
All right.
Presenting the colors for tonight's game, please welcome 636 American Legion from Dunkerton and the Dunkerton Raiders Marching Band under the direction of Sam Ogilvie for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, we'll go quiet now for the national anthem. All right. Well, I don't know how well that sound came through, but the band did a very nice job, and that was one of the delays.
Starting lineups. First for the visiting
We had
Tripoli Panthers. Tight end, number 55.
we had
Dawson Burke.
the band who was getting recognized. As I said, there was a few members of the band, and we had to make it over to
Left guard, number 54. Ethan.
make it over to
Right guard, number 76. McGuire Johnson.
for the stands to do the
Quarterback, number 20.
do the national anthem.
Connor Peel.
So we're just checking here. It's hard for me to
Center,
tell how well this
number
feeds
6,
on and off a
Wayne
hotspot, so
Kaufman.
hopefully it goes well. got a couple people listening, so
Split in.
we
Number
usually, when
4,
we get going
Lincoln
on some of these,
Bravens.
we have our buddies listening from home. We'll get better at that.
Number 6,
If
Mason Bradley.
if you're listening in Tripoli, you can let Troy
And
Heller,
fullback number
you can have my
44,
cell phone and
Blake
text me, or you
Croquet.
can Facebook. I know this is on the
Head
Dunkerton
coach for the
Facebook.
Panthers is Joe
So,
Urbanic.
well,
Assistant
anyway,
coaches Ray Carlson,
just going
Trevor
over starting
Harris,
lineups.
Mike Johnson,
And
and Mark Urbanic.
I don't know if we've had the coin flip or not. It's kind of hard not to make it at least to the 15 if you feel the kickoff and go. So, I mean, that's the other thing. I feel like I've watched a lot of kickoffs, and like right now, Central City has the end zone consistently, and I think that's a huge advantage
Yes, absolutely is.
because you're setting yourself up. I mean, even a 10-yard return if you field it at the 25, maybe 30-yard line. So we've got Dunkerton in the home dark jerseys, and it looks like everybody's got their pink socks on.
Pink on for our breast cancer awareness night tonight.
Okay. So, Tripoli's lining up. I'd tell you who it was, but I can't see that far. So we're ball goes between two Dunkerton returners. So we're going to start on the 15-yard line. It looks like they were going to line up and take that, and then there was maybe some miscommunication.
Yeah, it looked like it. I had Heidemann and Barons back deep, but
Okay.
what's going to do here?
All right. So we're going with more of a traditional I-back set with quarterback under center. Is that Riley Molds, our quarterback?
Yes, Riley is our quarterback.
Riley's back to, it was a handoff to the second back through.
Looks like it's Caden Barons on that run.
Caden Barron, second back through. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It was kind of,
Second down
well,
and 9.
they're calling it one.
for the Raiders.
It looks like a short one that they
Yep,
gained.
definitely is.
Kind of a blast up the middle, a little delayed. I made a little play action there on me. I thought maybe he was going to throw the ball. So it's going to be second down and about a long 9 yards to go. And we're in the shotgun now with Molds back to pass. We've got a flag. Usually before you hike the ball, that flag is going to be delayed.
Yes, it
Or
is.
motion. I didn't see because I was kind of consulting my. Oh, we're going to have encroachment before the
5-yard
snap.
penalty, encroachment on the
Take that. So that's going to set up 2nd and 5. They must have made contact. I missed.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I missed where that happened.
Second down and 4.
So, yeah, we'll take 2nd down at 4. So now we're going to go shotgun Molds. I can't tell who that running back is to his right. Molds rolling out to the right. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, kind of a sweep. There's going to be a flag in the backfield. Molds goes out of bounds about the 31. There's a flag in the backfield, which is almost all,
There's a penalty flag on the field.
especially on a running play.
Mm-hmm.
So that will come back and probably set up about a 2nd down and Dean. Oh,
False start.
so we got a false start called after the play was snapped. So that would tell me maybe not enough players on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
So-
probably something with the formation there.
5-yard illegal formation on
So
the Raiders.
that's going to put us at 2nd and 10 where we were at, a minute ago. We're 11
Second down and 9.
11 minutes into the first quarter. It's 0-0. Dunkerton first series of the game. They've run two penalties, one on each team, 5 yards either way. So we're kind of right back to where we started at with 2nd and 10. We got Molds under center.
And Langen and Barons are in the backfield.
And here we're going to go sweep left side. Is that Langen?
That is Barons.
Barons, okay. Big hoss of a runner. He picks up about
Toss sweep to
4
Tate
yards,
Barons on the left side.
maybe 5. We'll give him 5. And so
4 or
that sets up
5-yard gain.
3rd and 5 from their
Raiders from
own
the
20-yard
20-yard
line. So, what are you dialing up on 3rd and 5?
I'd like to say he's a good, big, strong runner. Only a sophomore. He's going to be a good runner for us, but we might need to reach in for a little play-action pass here.
We're in a tight formation that's been a sweep. Here's a quarterback keep, roll out to the right, throwing on the run. Ball goes out of bounds, incomplete.
Closest pass goes out of
It was
Jake
intended for
Kennedy.
Jake Kennedy.
And, Molds, I think, was maybe going to keep it, or looked like he was going to keep it. It was maybe the run-pass option.
Yep, I think it was kind of an option for him.
And once he realized he needed to throw it, he was kind of running for his life, and he threw the ball, and it fell incomplete. So Dunkerton lines up from their own 20-yard line and gets off a quick punt. It bounces at the 33-2. It's bobbled by
Matt Wheeler back to punt.
covered by Tripoli as they fall on it at their own 32-yard line. Will be first down. 10 minutes left in the first quarter. All right. I need my binoculars.
That is hard to see out these windows up here.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, it's not age. It's the windows. I like it.
I was giving you an excuse.
Okay. I know you could tell me who the quarterback is. Tripoli's in a shotgun with, and this is going to be a reverse and then a pass. He's going to stop and throw the ball deep down the field. The defender now.
That is Matt Wheeler.
Matt Wheeler
9 on the coverage.
So that would have been face guarding when I was a little kid, and that would have been pass. But they've changed that rule. He never ran into the receiver. He just put his hands up.
That's correct.
He was there, so it failed incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. They kind of pulled out an exotic there where they did a toss reverse, and then they did they did a sweep to the left, reverse back to the right, stopped. And it was open there for a little bit, but nice job of cutting down. Here's a quarterback handing off to the right side. Tripoli scoots out of bounds. I can't tell who the ball carrier was. Looks like the yards.
Number 6, Mason Bradley, it looks like it was on the carry.
So it's going to set up a 3rd down and, I'm going to say 3rd and 8. He didn't get as many yards and be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, I think it is about 9.
All right, so defense, it was hard to tell because he ran out of bounds on the far side of the field. I couldn't tell where he actually went out of bounds on. So here we go. Tripoli set up 3rd down, 9. They're going to go shotgun with the 2 running backs, kind of the T formation next to the quarterback. You got 2 receivers split out. Quarterback slings it out to the left side. Ball falls incomplete. Defensive back was going to make the hit, and that's Wheeler again.
Yes, Matt Wheeler on the coverage again.
Matt Wheeler had good coverage there. That's going to set up and a punting situation for Tripoli. So that's a good series. And potentially this is going to be a way for some yards because I think we punted from our own, 20. We must have punted from our own 20, and that's where we're standing to get this return. Any kind of yards on the return, we might make a few yards back. But the punt goes deep. It's bobbled at the 11. It's picked up, and now still on it. Gosh. The punt returner bobbled it, picked it up, ran through a couple of arm tackles. I thought he almost got face masked.
Yep, Jake's going to squeak out of that one.
Yeah, and then when he, the 3rd guy, he kind of got away, and he beat, was it 2 guys, 1 guy? Anyway.
3rd guy that got him, yep.
The 3rd guy got him. If he could get away from that guy, then there's only 5 more guys on the field.
Yep.
Even guys with our speed might have been able to make a few yards on that one. Going to set up 1st down for Dunkerton. We got the ball on our own 16-yard line. We're going shotgun with 2 receivers out. We're going in the jet sweep here, and this is Behrens again. Oh, he gets a good lick or somebody
shot there.
Pretty good contact there, and I think Behrens kind of won that one. The Tripoli linebacker got hit pretty hard, so he gets up. That's going to set up 2nd down and 6 from 20-yard line, about a 4-yard gain. So that looks pretty good. Kind of been, we talked about how we were going to have all these big plays, and now, 5 yards?
Proving us wrong.
Most yards we've gotten were those penalties.
Yep.
Here we are. This is Molds,
on the carry.
Quarterback keeper to the left side. He's enough for a 1st down. He's out to the yard line. He kind of saw the hole and cut back. Nice little cut back there.
Nice run by Riley.
So we're really looking run first, run second options for both teams so far. But there was a nice hole for him, and then he threw 4 yards when he cut back against the grain. So here we are. The Raiders are in business at their own 30-yard line. 0-0 game 4 in the first quarter. Got Riley Molds under center. I assume Behrens is maybe going to come through on the jet sweep. Fake jet sweep to Behrens. This is going to be help me out with the runner there.
Good run by Braden Van Langen.
And so it was maybe like a counter play. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for that word. I haven't used that word since 7th grade, but it was a counter play where you fake the jet sweep to Behrens coming through, and then Molds handed off to Langen going the other way. Really nice run. And, of course, Like we said, we had all the defenders going to the right side, so he cut back to the left. He got 9 yards on the play, and we're at our own 39-yard line. Go for a first down, and we're going to set up in the I formation. Molds directly under center, and here it is to Behrens again.
Not much there.
Yeah, he didn't get much. He had a good head of steam going, and then he gets met at the line of scrimmage, so that's going to set up third. Kind of had a nice little string of runs going, and that one didn't get as many yards, so we'll see. Maybe we'll get to jet sweep action. There's been a lot more running to the outside, been successful for Dunkerton tonight on the sweeps or the run-pass option that didn't work, but we're setting up in kind of the tight I formation here with Molds under center, and he's going to quit. I didn't think there was yards there, but somehow
– in the spot, I think we might have got that first down.
That spot looks very favorable.
And there's down. I think it was a second effort. He I thought he got stopped there for a second too, but I think a little second effort pushed him ahead.
Yeah, I assume he got it, but if I were watching at home, I would say to the Iowa Hawkeyes, snap the ball, snap the ball. don't let him review that spot. Anyway, yeah, maybe he got it. It just looked like he ran humanity on the quarterback sneak, and I was worried he didn't make it to the 40, but they gave him progress past the 40. It's 1st and 10. We're first time either team's territory. Here's the jet sweep fake. Molds is going to keep it, and he's going to kind of get turned around and back forward 4 yards, and it's going to be 2nd down and 6 at the 36 of Tripoli.
2nd down and 6 from the 30.
So far, pretty good start. Clearly a little ball control offense. We've had the ball. Both teams now we've kind of put in a sustained drive together. We're under 6 minutes in the first quarter, so that's the way to do it. Holds directly under center, I formation, kind of the traditional set, and hand off to Behrens. Ooh, I think I heard him pound the ground from up here. So
just got tripped up. There was a hole there.
There was a hole there, and he shot through it, and it looked like he didn't have many guys between his own, and he just got tripped up at the 32. It's going to be 3rd and 3, but once he went down and kind of pounded the ground, because I think he was thinking what I was thinking, that he was going to run that in.
Yeah, if we can create that hole for Caden again, I think that's going to help us out quite a bit tonight.
So you've got under center, and he's back to pass. Got a crossing pattern. Oh, deep down the middle.
Jake Kennedy on the catch.
Very nice pass and catch. Jake's about that whole thing. Straight down the middle. I didn't know where he was lined up at. Was that kind of like a seam route?
Yeah, Jake plays tight end for us. He runs right up the middle, and good big receiver for Riley to throw to, and he's got good hands for his size.
And he went up and high pointed it. The receiver I thought that for was the crossing route, but yeah, he picked the right one. So it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders on Tripoli's 15-yard line, 17-yard. And we're going to go back to Behrens. He shucks off a couple guys and gets tackled by 3.
Behrens on the carry, tackled by 2 or 3 Panthers.
And he 12.
Shellhorn led the way.
Well, probably 13. So a gain of
3 yards.
Gain of 3.
2nd down and 7.
Putting together a nice little drive here, so hopefully we can capitalize and get some points out of it.
And our field goal kicking.
We do actually have a pretty good field kicker this year, Matt Wheeler.
Not that we want to settle for that, but all right, so we're going to go, looks like we're in a shotgun with 2 receivers split out. Wheeler in motion, jet sweep. He's going to carry the ball down to the 8-yard line, perhaps.
I think that was Van Langen on that.
Okay, that's right, Van
Langen.
Langen. Van Langen, sorry about that. Jet sweep took the inside handoff. It's going to be 3rd and 3, and the ball must be about the 10-yard line. We've got to get to the 7 for the first down. Probably 2-down territory.
Yeah, I think so.
And we're at the 3 minute 30-second mark of the first quarter here. Back to Molds looking. He's got a spot. He's got a guy wide open in the end zone. But it's short. He was thrown back across his body, and the D-back recovered and got a big paw on it. So Jake Kennedy was waiting for the ball to come to him.
Yep.
He
Looks
was-
like we're sending Matt Wheeler out for a field goal attempt
Okay,
here.
so just then I said 2 down territory, and we're kicking a field goal. So, all right. Matt Wheeler's lining up. I don't know if that's going to be a long snap. That's going to be an 11 or 9-yard snap, 10-yard snap. And he's going to kick a 30-yard field goal. And the snap is there. The kick is up. Boy, the kick looks good. And it's no good.
Must have been wide right.
Okay.
Had the distance.
Had the distance. It looked,
Yeah,
it looked
it
good.
did look good from here, but it must have just been just off to the right from what I could see.
So field goals in high school, do they go over the 15?
On the 15-yard line.
Yes.
Okay. Because
they
we
do.
had that last week at Central City where they tried like a 45-yard field goal, and then when it was a cool rule that I remember the NFL used to have where you'd get it at the 20. It's like, oh,
Yep,
well,
yep.
there's a lot of incentive to try field goals then when you know that you're not about where you kicked it. Here's Tripoli with shotgun formation and wide receiver split out, and Dunkerton takes a timeout with 3 seconds. So a good sustained drive. I'm trying to think where we started that one from. Was that started at our 17-yard line?
Yeah, I was right down around the 15, in between the 15 and 20.
So all the way down to the 10-yard line at Tripoli. Had a guy just couldn't throw back across our body, and so that looked pretty good. So it's still 0-0, 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. Dunkerton hosting Tripoli, the Panthers, up in Bramer County, and just called our first time out. We've got Tripoli's got the ball on the 15-yard line. They did 4 and out on their, so like to see that again. In fact, as I remember, maybe the first play went for no yards or 1 yard. And
Yep.
Then they had an infield.
Yep. Hopefully our defense can get the ball back. We can build off that last offensive series.
So
here.
here's Tripoli kind of doing a counter play out of their shotgun snap. Running back gets about into the official.
assistance from the official there.
Yeah, slowed him down, and that allowed the Dunkerton boys to catch up. It's going to be down at the.
Counter play. He gains 10 yards.
He gained right at 10 yards, so it's going to be first and 10 for Tripoli.
Panthers on the 25-yard
Line. That was potentially a bad play.
Yeah,
So,
I think we lucked out there. Official was working in our favor.
our 9th man. So they play from the shotgun snap where they had the running backs on each side of the quarterback, and now they're under center. Quarterback is hands off. It's a sweep to the right side, and go for 6 yards to the right side, and it's going to be second down on the 31.
Tackle made by number 18, Gabe Heidemann, and number 9, Matt.
Heidemann and Wheeler in on the tackles there.
About 5 yards on the carry.
So
It's second down and 5.
we're going to say they're saying second down and 5. It's a short 5, but yeah, Dunkerton, this would be a good time to shut down shotgun with running backs on either side. Ooh, there's going to be an encroachment on Dunkerton, I'm afraid, because there was somebody crossing over the line of and the only one I saw move were the Dunkerton, and the official saw that as well.
Panthers entice the Raiders.
It's kind of an interesting way he's pacing off that. Didn't notice.
Sure is.
I think he takes 4
That's
steps.
good enough for a Panther first down. First and 10 on the 36.
So it's a Panther first down, first and 36. We're about the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. It's 0-0 still. Panther shotgun snap. Looks like quarterback keeps it. He's got a guy wide open down the spot. 10-yard line, 5-yard line in for a score. So that's going to be about a
Touchdown Panthers.
44-yard pass play. I can't even.
Fields pass is complete to
I think it's
Bergman
number
for the
55.
Panther
If it is,
touchdown.
it's Dawson Bergman from Tripoli.
Okay, Bergman pulling in the. Already caught it about the. I don't know. Caught it maybe the 20-yard line,
Yep.
15-yard line, and was wide open down the sideline. So, Tripoli strikes first. They lead 6-0. They're going to line up, go for 2 here. Shotgun snap. Quarterback back to pass. Quick to the left side. Caught for the 2 points.
That was by number 4, Lincoln Dravis.
Okay.
Dravis for the 2-point
So,
conversion.
quarterback is at
The score is
number
Tripoli
2
8, Dunkerton
for them.
0.
Harold throwing that ball.
Yep.
So the lefty connected on his last 2 passes. So with 6 seconds left, it is 8-0 lead for Tripoli first quarter. And anyway, well, a real good defensive first series for the first 4 downs. Tripoli's got going against Dunkerton there, and I don't know, we had the play where the official helped us.
Yep.
Then they had kind of had some big plays that series.
Got bit by one of those big plays.
So we're lining up. And, of course, last time Dunkerton had the ball, they drove it real well down the field and just came up our line and tried the field goal that looked good to me. But
yep. Yeah, hopefully we can get another good drive together. And we were nice and had a couple of good passing plays on that drive. So hopefully we can continue that.
Yeah, the seam route to
Kennedy, yep.
Kennedy was a nice play, and the running looked real. I mean, for the most part, they were getting 5-yard chunks, and that's a pretty good formula. Except the old bend but don't break. They got in the red zone.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And then all right, here's a kickoff by Tripoli. Ball is going to be into the end zone, so even if it's fielded, it's an automatic touchback.
Panthers kick once again goes into the end zone.
Dunkerton will start at their 15-yard line. So now there's snacks being brought up. I don't know how those snacks are going to go around for everybody.
I don't know. Looks like Coach Brengard brought something in from Quickstar.
Okay. All right, quarterback here, and we're getting the play called. There's 1 minute and 56 seconds left in the first quarter at Tripoli. We got I formation behind Molds, and he keeps it. He's running for his life. He's thrown the ball.
So Van Langen was down the field. He got a flag on the play.
Molds pass is intended for Van Langen. Incomplete.
Dunkerton seems to be clapping. I thought we needed to get rid of that because he was dangerously close to the end zone.
Yeah,
when
he was.
We got pass interference on the defense. Okay. Well,
take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. And full disclosure, I tried never to complain about officiating. I was official in the summer, and I know you can't see everything, but clearly he saw pass interference, and that helps the Raiders quite a bit because we're going to get first and own 30-yard line. So on a play that we were kind of happy that he didn't get sacked for safety. Here's that Van Langen in motion doing the jet sweep. He escapes the tackle in the backfield, gets upfield for about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. He
gains about 2 yards.
First down is right there at midfield at the 40-yard line. So we're getting the play signaled in here. The 1:28 left. So I mean, we get that running game going again. I liked how they threw on first down.